It's me, JBR, coming at you with a new What Bothers Me video. Today, I'm talking about, I guess you consider it consideration. And, yeah, I understand I said consider. Now, what I mean by consideration, I mean, like, taking the time to feed into somebody else's, like, point of view and, like, think of, like, how it might bother somebody or it might worry somebody if you don't let them in on certain things you're doing. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because recently, my family's been kind of going through stuff. Like, me and my family argue a lot on consideration, on, like, my dad, nothing against my dad, but he likes to go out and shop and do his own thing, which is perfect and fine. But he doesn't think about he doesn't, like, inform us on what he's doing. He doesn't take the consideration to say, hey, I'm stopping off at this place before I come home. And it's not specifically him that's the problem. It's just people in general who do this. I'm just using my dad as an example. I don't like it when they say, okay, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and then they're missing for 2 hours, and you're wondering where they are, and you're concerned where they are, and you're just, because you said you'll be home in 5 minutes, and then you come home 2 hours late, and you're like, where the hell were you? And they're like, oh, I went to this place. I'm like, it's not the fact that you stopped at that place is the problem. You could go wherever you want. You're a grown person. You're your own whatever. But it would have been great to be informed saying, hey, before I come home, I'm stopping off at this place. I don't know how long I'll be, but I'll, be there, maybe in a general sense of time, right? Because that's another thing when you think about consideration. Like, my cousin recently stayed down here for the weekend because she was going to a convention, and my aunt, who is picking her up, which is her mom, came down. She said I was coming down here, or she was coming downstate after work. She didn't specify on what time she was coming. She just said after work. Technically, me and my cousin were looking at each other like, what technically does that mean? Because my cousin says she gets out at 4:30, and then, which would make us assume that she's going to head straight down here from work, because it's quite a trip. It's like an hour or so. So, she doesn't have to specify on saying, like, hey, I'm going to be here at 5 o'clock on the dot, like a strict, I'm here at this time and whatever, but it would have been like, okay, I should be there, maybe, around there, 5:30, give or take. And we would have been like, all right, great, fine, whatever, So, I'm ranting about this, or specifying my opinions, because, like I said, I hate it when something so simple could be like, all this fighting, all this arguing could be solved by picking up the phone and being like, yeah, okay, yeah, hey, D, which is my mother's name. Yeah, I'm going to Walmart for 5 minutes. I'll be there soon, okay? Okay, see you later. How hard is that? Like, just to take the consideration and, not have us worrying. Because, like I said the other day, my dad said, oh, I'll be home in a few minutes. And then he was gone for over 2 hours. And me and my mom started to get worried because he's been having car trouble. So we figured maybe he broke down somewhere. Maybe we were thinking the worst. We thought that he got in an accident. We were thinking that he got stranded somewhere. And I'm going to the worst too, that if he got in an accident, or if it's not as bad as an accident, if he got broke down, that maybe his phone died or whatever. Like, I just, to let us know. And it's not like we weren't calling him. We were calling him to see where he was, and he wasn't answering, so that made it even worse. So, if you're ever in a situation like this where you think you're going somewhere and you're like, oh, crap, I forgot this thing. I should stop off at the dollar store since it's on the way home. Just let the people know before you do such thing, because I feel like I'm not the only person that, I guess, in the world does that obviously worries about their family members or worries that, because here's the thing, I take the consideration to do these things. I'm always like, if I'm going to the store, because my parents go out to work and I'm usually left home alone, I still, even if they don't answer the phone, I still leave them a note or a text saying, hey, I'm walking to the dollar store around the corner from my house. I'll be back later. I take the consideration to think, it's like, because God forbid if my aunt who lives downstairs is calling for me and I'm not answering, she's gonna flip. So I'd rather leave her a note and then text my parents saying, hey, I'm walking to this place. At least they know and they don't have to worry. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if I take the time to do it, I feel like, just stop for a minute, whatever you're doing, and just consider like, hey, should I call this person to let them know? Yeah, I think I should. Because it's not going to kill you to take 5 minutes out of your whatever you're doing. It's not that important that you can't call this person to say, hey, I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. I feel like it's something important that you should, just in everyday life, whether it's I'm going to the store or just if you're arguing on anything, consider what the other person is thinking. Just take a minute to be in their shoes and like wonder why they're upset. And it's like, okay, I can understand why you're upset. I'm sorry. Like, just that type of thing in general, okay? So, but that's really it. That's just, consider what you have and consider other people's point of view before, you automatically think you're right, because you're not all the time. I'm not saying you're wrong either, but, whatever. But that's it. That's at the end of this video. If you have suggestions of what you want to hear, of what bothers me or what bothers you, I'll make a rant or whatever. Write down in the comments, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!